Morning. My name is Owen Crew, and I wanted to uh, discuss a phenomenon that took place in the election of 2020, the Biden Republican phenomenon. And the reason that I am discussing this today is that I'm asking Republicans who voted for Biden, including recent Republicans, not necessarily current ones, but recent and uh, current Republicans who voted for Biden in the 2020 election, to share their thoughts at the end of Biden's first 100 days, their thoughts on his presidency, the direction of the nation, the direction of the parties. This is my studio here. My 2-year-old is wandering around and making noise. I hope it won't be too distracting. But this is what I have. This is where I work. Anyway, so as I think about mobilizing this group called Biden Republicans. The first question, obviously, that comes to mind is, what is a Biden Republican? And then some people would probably wonder, well, why should I care? So Republicans voted for Biden, so what? Well, obviously he won, and it was a record-breaking number of votes, and unfortunately the results of the election have been challenged, not in a responsible way, not in a way that's based in law or facts, but more based on just the unwillingness of the former president and many of his supporters to accept what happened. So as we go back to what happened and what it means for us today, one of the questions that we have to ask is, why did many Republicans vote for the Democratic candidate, Joe Biden? That's something that those who join in the discussion, Biden Republicans who join in the discussion, will be able to answer for themselves. But this was I wouldn't go so far as to say that Biden Republicans put Biden over the top, that there were so many votes that that they gave him the election. I can't speak to that, but I do know, I believe strongly that this was a key part of his coalition. And I think it's important to understand the motivation of that coalition. And going forward, it would be I think it would be a good thing to ask: can this part of the coalition continue to be mobilized? Is there enough of a cohesiveness, a sense of purpose within this group for it to remain a group that has an impact, somewhat unified impact on national politics? Well, looking at this group as people who are recent or current Republicans who voted for Biden. We could think about why they did what they did. But because one of the things that I think is helpful in thinking through this is the parallel that's often been drawn with the Reagan Republicans. There have been instances in the past where a significant number of members of one party have crossed over to vote for the other party's presidential candidate. And the Reagan Democrats have been often cited as a parallel example. And I think it's important to remember that the Reagan Democrats were attracted by a two-term president who governed the way that he campaigned for the most part, and they were attracted by that. Not in every case to the extent that they would change parties, but that they saw something in the Republican president that they didn't see in their own party, something that they wanted. It's too soon to say that that is going to be the case with Biden, and one of the reasons for checking in with Biden Republicans at this point in the presidency is to gauge the possibility that something like that could happen, either as for a one-term president or two-term president, whatever the to how durable is his support with this group, in other words. So that's what we're going to want to see, and I think it appears to me that there's one thing that probably united all Biden Republicans, and that is they did not want to see Donald Trump as the leader of the Republican Party. Some have left the Republican Party, obviously, and so they may care less now than they did before who leads the Republican Party. But and there are some who may be on the way out. I have considered that possibility myself, but one thing that was a clear indicator of was that people were dissatisfied with Trump's leadership of the Republican Party and his presidency, and so they want change. I think that's all that my 2-year-old is going to allow me to say right now. But I think that should be a good start to the discussion. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to doing further videos on this.